Okay, so here's what happened. Back in 1.5, we used to have a really incredible base. It was equipped with tons of stuff. We had several faction members, and we all worked really hard to make sure we had one of the best, if not the best base. We had archer towers and defended walls, iron golem spawners.
I'll flip that switch and it automatically suffocates them.
An intricate item sorting system that filtered out all stackable items, villager trading, a big trophy room that commemorated a lot of our raids, more beacons than we know what to do with, stargates that allowed us to travel all the way around the world. We had hoarded loot. We had buildings that were made just for traps. But then when Mojang came out with 1.6, the server had a lot of reasons to reset the map. So we lost everything and we started anew on a new map. We wanted to start fresh with an even bigger and better base than the one that we had before, but we lost one of our faction members when he went to college, Brian got a new job, I went on a vacation to the Canadian Rockies, and our faction kind of fell apart. But vacation's over, and we're back, and we're going to start a new faction. We're going to create it better than anything we've done before, and we're going to keep it small. Only people we can trust, and this time, we're going to do it right.
Hey everybody, this is RonnygoBOOM, and we're in my sorting room. This is Let's Play Factions, Episode 8. I know it's been a really long time since I finally started recording again. I've been working this new job, and I worked literally 61 hours last week. It's been a rough week. But Brian's been doing a lot of work in here. We finished the sorter. As you can see, we redid this little enchanting table room. This is Brian's idea. I think it's fantastic. It has repairing right here with MCMMO repairing. It has an ender chest, has a crafting table, has an anvil that we can replace whenever we need to. I think it's really pretty brilliant. Here's our junk chest, and this is where all the leftover items from the sorting system come. And what Brian did was he made a redstone apparatus underneath where if you flip this lever, it will automatically dispense all of these items. I'll show you. If you flip that lever, it will allow these hoppers right here to take items out of the junk chests and to put them in this dispenser, which will also trigger this hopper timer, which has one single item in it, and as it goes back and forth, it causes this comparator to turn this torch off, which signals this and this dispenser, and it just throws the item on the ground over here, and they'll despawn. So when we have a lot of junk left in our junk chest, and we've already taken out all the good stuff, we just turn it on, and it'll spit all the crap out onto the floor, and it'll despawn. I could do it into lava or into a cactus, but we decided that just in case we accidentally flip the switch and throw some good items down there, we don't want to destroy them instantly. We'll let them despawn naturally. As you can see, we've collected a lot of clay blocks, and Brian has dyed them and started with the design on the floor. It's just going to be a simple asymmetrical, maybe he decided to do a symmetrical design. Just with a couple colors, hot colors, and we're going to use iron bars and lava to light up our base. As you can see over here, I haven't showed you this yet, but pretty much if you stand anywhere in the middle of our base, you'll be close enough within range of these 1, 2, 3 spawners. We have to be 16 blocks away from those spawners to be able to activate them, and what happens is they fall into a water stream. Those water streams get channeled over here into a water elevator, which is alternating signs and water, and since mobs always try to swim to the top of a source block, they swim to the top of this elevator, they get pushed over to the side, pushed around this corner, and they're continually spawning as long as I'm within the area. I used to outline the area with end stone, but Brian destroyed that for the design. I don't blame him. I mean, it was ugly. But wherever was in the end stone circle, I made this like really oddly shaped end stone circle. Oh dang, he's loose. And basically what happens is it comes around this corner, they go through an elevator, a water elevator that lifts them up 22 blocks, and then they fall 22 blocks. Maybe it's 23, I don't remember. but nearly all of them die. But any of the ones that have protection armor or feather falling armor will survive. And those are the ones that we want because we want them to drop that armor so we could steal it and then salvage it. And those will just accumulate there, and I'll get some items, and I can go ahead and salvage them. So first to salvage, I have to grab a gold ingot, grab some pants, or a parrot using that gold ingot, and then I can salvage it, and I get 7. Pretty awesome, huh? Okay, so my project today is going to be to first grab a pick. I wish I didn't have to waste a silk touch, but I guess it's okay. I don't know where the other picks are. So I'm going to take a lift up to the farms, drop all this junk in the sorter, and I'll actually use all the rest of that. So I'll take the lift back down. And today I'm going to make an automatic potion brewer. Now, I've made my own design in the past, and it used 12 repeaters, which is kind of a lot of repeaters. I made it in 1.5 using Ethos Timer, and I made my own design and it worked perfectly. It's fully automatic, meaning all I do is put in water bottles and all the ingredients, and then I come back and there's a full double chest filled with items, filled with potions. And any potion that I wanted, I could make. Usually I used it for invisibility potions, but the problem with that was it used a lot of repeaters, and I heard that Etho came out with a video demonstrating a smaller, more compact version than the one that I created. Unfortunately, I can't find the video anywhere. Everybody always has these imitations. But I found one imitation by a guy named Relent MC, and that's the smallest one I've found. I'm sure there are smaller ones, but really we just want to get one done. So today I'm just going to grab a bunch of materials, and I'm going to build his design. So I'm actually going to cut out a lot of the important parts to this. This is not going to be a tutorial on how to make his design. Instead, I'm just going to cut around and show you that I'm going to make one. Then when it's done, I guess I could explain how it works. But let's see. I'm going to go up to the sorter. And it looks like Brian has some area designated up here for me to build this. Alright, and I would like to make it on one side. Okay, so there's a lot of space up here. This is actually a pretty perfect place to make a potion room. Okay, cool. So I assume that this is already double blocked off. And I'm gonna go to the video. I will make my sorter right over here, or my potion brewer in this area right here, and I will get back. Hey guys! So I finished my auto potion brewer, and I built it right over in this corner. So here's what happens. We have a brewing stand, and we have hoppers leading into this brewing stand. On the right side, we have hoppers filled with water bottles from this chest that feed the brewing stand water. On the top, we have all of the items that need to go into the brewing stand to produce potions. And here's what happens. So we have droppers over here, and these droppers have different items in them that will make the desired potion effects that we want. I have a couple unused droppers right here, and I have some used ones as well. They fill up this hopper chain with the items, which brings them over here, and they put them in this top hopper, which puts them in the brewing stand in this order. Bum, bum, bum. And they go in the order that they need to. So, for example, if I want to make an invisibility potion, I will put first in goes the netherwort, then the carrot, then the fermented spider eye, then the redstone to extend it. And that will make an invisibility potion extended. So here's how it works.
you put in lots of potion bottles here by, I just like grab them like this, and I just right click, and I made this little improvement. Basically what happens is if you overfill your inventory and keep right clicking, it will throw all the extra runs in front of you, and I just put 2 hoppers here that go into this chest so that anything that lands here will just go straight into the chest, so I don't even need to do that extra step. Another improvement I had was that he has, in his video, and I'll make a link to his video, he has blocks underneath the droppers, and instead of that, and repeaters that make it so that to make sure that the item coming out of this dropper goes in before the item coming out of this dropper, and that one comes in before this one. What I did was I just separated them, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4 with items, and if I have to, I'll use the 5th item. But what's really important is that I'm trying to use as few repeaters as possible, so I just cut out those repeaters, I put the droppers on the side instead of on the bottom, and I just spread them out so that there's a hopper time delay of 0.7 seconds per hopper, so that the item has to go 1.4 seconds before it gets to the next dropper. So I use that instead of a repeater to delay it further. Now this is where it gets a little bit complicated, and I don't even completely understand the redstone ticks. I mean, he figured it out pretty well, but I understand the concept of what's happening. So right over here we have a comparator, and this comparator is on as long as this hopper right here has an item in it, meaning it has more items to feed into that brewer. And I know this is getting kind of complicated, so I'll just try and explain it as simply as possible. As long as there are items in here, this system will run. As soon as it runs out of items to use, or as soon as it can't put items into it, it will stop running. And this redstone over here basically just tells this hopper right here to take these 3 water bottles out if there are no items in this hopper. When that happens, no items in this hopper, water bottles get taken out, and then this is triggered, which triggers my droppers, which puts more items in. And it'll keep going and going and going as long as there are water bottles to put into the system, and as long as this chest is not completely full, and as long as I have enough ingredients over here. Now the problem is I ran out of fermented spider eyes, and I have plenty of mushrooms and I have plenty of sugar cane to make sugar, but I'm completely out of spider eyes. So I'm going to go down to my spawners, and I'm going to adjust my spawners to do some shaking, and I'll get some spider eyes from that. So I went down there already, and I found that 255 1788 is the place where I need to make 255 256 255 1788. This is the place where I need to make a lift sign. Lift down to spawner. And then I need to kind of navigate there and make another lift sign. Okay, this video has actually gone on long enough, so I'm going to cut it off here, and I will continue episode 8 in a second segment. So I'll do episode 8A and episode 8B. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please leave a comment and a like. I'll see you soon.